Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you guys here. Missed you, Kent. Happy Thursday. Yep. Yeah, Mary, Lori, Cheryl, Kent. Yeah. And everyone else that's here hiding in the bushes. Hi, Polar. And Allison, thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here. Gosh, so much to touch on today, and I haven't been on in a while. Always seem to be behind the game. And Rena Gal, thanks for being here. Rena Gal. Root Strength. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Finding solace. I am here, but on a walk with the doggy. Well, thanks for popping in. I'm recovering from knee surgery. I feel like I've been in a cave. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, that's not an easy surgery to recover from. Yeah. Knee. I know that. Not that I've had it, but I've had clients with it. And I've known others too as well. Hi, Mike. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Lori, did I miss you? I don't think I did, but just in case. Yeah. Lots of topics. Yeah. Hi, Ginger. Thanks for being here. One of my mods. Greatly appreciate you. Novah the nurse talking. Yeah. 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 It's hard to get rid of that. When you've worked in healthcare your whole life since you were 19, that's pretty much part of your makeup. Yep. So just a reminder, guys, today, because we're going to get into topics that, are not solely focused on Lily and Jack, but the people who surround them. And I want to remind everyone that this is about Lilly&Jack Sullivan, who went missing on May 2nd, 2025, last seen on May 1st, 2025, from Garlick Road, Lansdowne Station, Pictou County, Nova Scotia. And they have yet to be found. So whether that means something nefarious took place or whether that means they're still out there somewhere but just have not been located, you know, by wandering out there themselves. We don't know. And I always say that we don't know. Oh, I just noticed on the poster, the Please Bring Me Home poster, they put the 2 L's in there on Lily. That's good. Nice. Yeah, so, I always say we don't know. We don't know. And hopefully the right people who are the RCMP know something if this is a nefarious case. If something nefarious did take place, hopefully they know something. We can only speculate and in our opinions, right? And so a reminder of that as well. Hi, Trudels. A reminder of that as well to be using the, in my opinion, speculation, allegedly, right? Just to, yeah. So please do not use any person's full name in chat. Some people go by their full name. That's fine. Use initials only. Never use anyone's address, phone number, or location in chat. And that would be considered doxing, and we don't ever want to do that. Please follow YouTube chat guidelines. And of course, that's being respectful and respectful of other people's opinions and allowing people to express those opinions because we all have our own thoughts. As long as it's done respectfully, that's fine. Opinions expressed by persons in the chat do not reflect the opinions of Novah's inquest. Everything discussed here is speculation, theories, opinions, and possible rumors. Now, not too often do we talk about rumors because I do try to stick by facts, what we know as facts, or what came straight from the horse's mouth. And although it might not be facts, it came from the horse's mouth. So Daniel would be a good example of that. Okay, so just a reminder of that. Yeah, Sue. Hi, Sue. Donna, hi. Yeah. Yeah, so just a reminder of that. I want to also say happy belated birthday to Belinda, whose birthday was, I think, 2 days ago, maybe 3. And she is the grandma of Lilly&Jack Sullivan and is a big voice for them as well. So happy birthday, Belinda. Lots of love to you. Yeah, so for those of you that are members, I did quite a few new emojis up. They should be in there. I can't access them on my computer, but if I go into right now on my phone, I should be able to bring them up. I should be able to. Whoop! There I am on my phone. We'll see how they look. Because sometimes they don't show up very good, and I want to know that they are going to show up. And there's a little dinosaur for Jack. And that'll come up when you type in Jack. And a unicorn for Lily. And a fingerprint heart instead of just the regular heart. And a Garfield when you laugh out loud. And an IMO. So IMO in my opinion. So for anybody that has the Members Those app those emojis are there for fun, for funsies. Yeah. I like the fingerprint heart. It's hard to tell it's a fingerprint on there, but that's actually what it is. It's a heart with the fingerprint on it. Yeah. Oh, okay. They found Samuel Bird's body from Edmonton. Good. Good. Thanks, Mary. They're not easy to make because you have to have the measurements just perfect, and then sometimes they don't show up properly. They're too small, but they all look pretty good, I think. Yeah. Hello there, Booper Pot Pie. Sounds good. Booper Pot Pie. Hi, everyone. Also at Mary McLean. I hope so. They are found and whoever is responsible is caught. I agree. If something nefarious took place here, definitely want justice. Yes. Yeah. 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 Some form of closure. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, when you have a loved one go missing, and then on top of that, your two children, young children, go missing, and there's no answers. Like that would drive a person insane. I truly believe that could drive a person insane. That's hard. Novah, I use I for picture when I am writing my children's book series. Not easy. Oh, you use AI. You use AI for picture when I'm writing my children's book series. Not easy. Yeah. For pictures. Yeah. I see Samuel was only 14. Yeah. But what took place there, like that was strange. What was going on there with that case? Yeah. Hi Brian, thanks for being here. Yeah, that was strange. Um, all right, shall we move on? Um, oh, and another weird thing. Um, the little fella Darius who went missing in was it Alberta? Now I can't remember. I think it was Alberta. His so his mother, no, sorry, his father has a girlfriend who was on that trip with them, and on the camping trip, and his grandparents were there as well. But anyway, she has a little girl, and she was one of the ones that was with him, one of the kids that was with him, and she passed away. Um, so very ironic. Uh, I'm looking, Kent. I see the picture of the old lighthouse with the one L. Is that what you sent me? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Crow's Nest Pass. Yeah, so that's different now that she's something happened there too. I'm like, ooh, that's a lot to handle. Oh, okay. I was wondering why it brought me to Facebook. Okay, got it. Um, it's awful enough when a non-custodial parent attempts to hide your children, but to have them disappear completely and never know what happened, yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, like, just no answers, no answers. Um, okay, well, let me as soon as it brought me to Facebook, I closed out because I don't do much of the Facebook thing, so I was like, "I don't understand, why is it taking me to here?" Oh, okay, please share. Please share, please share. Important update. Cynthia McKean and Robert McKean of MTech Limited in Alma on the old number 4 highway, not far from Lansdowne exit, have agreed to take in Jack and Lily Sullivan's memorial for the winter months. Nice. And have it on display in their business front, keeping the light shining to show Jack and Lily their way home. Thank you, Cynthia and Robert and all of Pictou County. Attention, Pictou County businesses. We need your help. Jack, age 4, soon to be 5, yep, October 29th, and Lily Sullivan, age 6, went missing from their home on Garlock Road, Lansdowne Station, Pictou County. There was a vigil that was set up in front of the RCMP station in Stellarton with no resolution to the case yet, and with winter coming to the county, we need to be able to preserve and keep the light on the lighthouse to show them their direction home. What we need from the community is a business who could set up the lighthouse. One dinosaur stuffed animal, Jack's favorite animal, and one unicorn. Lily's favorite. Uh, Place these in your business storefront display so we can shine their way home. We are looking for this to take place early November until we put it back out in May if there's no conclusion in the case. These children have become Nova Scotia's children. Yep, or even beyond. So if your business would like to keep the light on for Jack and Lily, reach out. Um, so so they've taken the lighthouse, but there's still a need for the stuffed animals. Is that it? Is that is that what the need is still for, Kent? Hi, Lynn. Thanks for being here. Jules, hi. Thanks for being here. Hope I didn't miss anybody. And who should they reach out to, Kent? You? Oh, okay. No, they're taking the display. You read the post from yesterday, and then today's update was the first. Okay, okay. So it's all taken care of. Good, good. And that's nice there in Alma. Yeah, yeah. That's fairly close to Lansdowne. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. All righty-o. Let's okay, so I told you about the emojis. So let's start off with, and this, as you see, is one of the posters from Please Bring Me Home that you see there of Jack and Lily. And Lily's holding a little sign, Find Us. And I already read the information. So if you have any tips, please, please, please reach out to your local RCMP or Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-8477. If you have any tips, anything, and, you know, think back. There may be something that you're not realizing. Like, sometimes we know something and we don't realize it. That's why I like how Please Bring Me Home, they gave little hints of things that, you might be overlooking, you know. Um, Hi, Susie. Made alive, late, but I'm here. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Yeah. So please think back to something you may know, or if you know something and you're afraid to come forward, please come forward. That would probably be the better time to go directly to RCMP and have a discussion with them and explain to them why you're afraid as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to Malehya's letter, shall we? Uh, okay, so I know some of you guys have heard this, but some people haven't. So I hope you guys can see it there okay. So while that's up, I'm going to go over to the other screen and read it. Hi, Melanie. Thanks for being here. So they have approval from the RCMP to take tips. The Please Bring Me Home. I believe they work in conjunction with RCMP. Get out of here, root strength. Yeah, don't do that. Please don't do that. He's being funny. Kim, hi. Hi, Kim. Um, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You're hilarious. You are. Oh my. Can you imagine? Yeah. Um, okay. So I'm gonna go over to the other screen to read this. Um, so I won't be seeing chat for a little bit while I read it, okay? Um, all right. So from Malehya Brooks Murray, okay? And right off the bat, just knowing that these are the words of a mother who has lost her two children, who currently has no answers. And we don't know the situation yet. Nobody does. And perhaps maybe she doesn't. We don't know, right? So, we have to respect that these are the words of a mother who has lost her children, who has finally come forward and is putting out a public statement plea to the public. Okay, and it's her first one of this kind, really. Now she did do it in writing. I just give credit to anybody that someone for doing what they can do in their mental state of mind or what they're dealing with mentally. There's a couple of things I see in this that tells me there's probably, um, that there's some mental issues going on there, trauma, anguish going on there. So if this is what she can do right now, then this is what she can do right now. So I'm going to respect that. Okay, so as a mother, I love my children more than life itself and feel so heartbroken not being able to hold my two children, Lily and Jack, kiss them. Sorry, I'm going to have to move forward to see this a little better. Put my reading glasses on. There we go. Kiss them, breathe in their scent, or tuck them into bed. dress them, wake up to their sweet smiling faces. The longing I have for them to come home back to me is a greater feeling that I could never imagine feeling or put into words how I am feeling. There is not one single minute or second that goes by that I am not thinking about my children. Okay, and I'm just going to stop there for 1 second. Now, one thing I did notice in this letter is that she's forgetting letters at the end of words. And like I said, that is a sign of someone who there's something going on there. Okay? And it's affecting her thought process. Okay? So I just want to point that out. And you'll see when we get to the end, she even did it on her own name, but she's actually done it with other words as well. Okay? Sorry, now I get one. I am feeling there is not one single day, minute, or second that goes by that I am not thinking about my children. I walk into a store and all I see is things they love that I want to get for them when they come home. The candy they like, the clothes they wear, the toys they love. All I see is them. I so desperately just want them home, safe and sound. Back into my arms where I will never let them go. I am truly traumatized, not being able to hear, and that's another thing she's repeating, and that's another thing that shows there's something going on there, right, with her mind. Yeah, so and she's not even repeating it in words, she's literally repeating it in writing. So to hear, the sweet sound. I actually do that a lot with the issues that I suffer with. I'll repeat things a lot, and especially in writing. And it actually scares me when I go back and read it. I'm like, holy cow. To hear the sweet sound of their voices, their laugh when they would sing a Gabby's Doll host song. And you can look that up on YouTube and listen to it, guys. That now only makes me cry when I hear it, because all I hear is Lily and Jack singing along. Sad. Not being able to breathe in their scent when I embrace them tightly. I don't want these moments to be memories. I want my babies back home, my Lily Mae and Jackie. The pure pain I suffer of just not knowing where they are has impacted my life and Meadows and my family in the most devastating way. Life feels extremely hard to keep going with no answers. It is just pure lostness, like I can no longer feel at home anymore. No matter how lost I feel, I have not even given up hope that my children will be returned. Yeah. Okay, so now I have to go over to the second one, guys. That my children will be returned home to me safe and sound. I have all the faith and hope I will see them again. Please, anyone with any information, no matter how small, please come forward. Please do not be afraid to use your voice to help bring home Lily and Jack. Even the smallest details are crucial. I am so incredibly grateful and thankful for all of the ongoing efforts of the RCMP Major Crimes Search and Rescue, and please bring me home. The RCMP Major Crime Unit and please bring me home will continue to investigate, and they need your help. You can share tips anonymously at pleasebringmehome.com or contact the RCMP directly. I will never stop searching for my children until they are found and brought home safe and sound. Someone somewhere knows something, so please help bring my babies home. To the incredible volunteers, searchers, investigators, and compassionate strangers who have stood beside us, thank you. Your tireless dedication, your prayers, your time spent combing through woods and yards, sharing photos, and refusing to give up. You and your you and your You and the oh, sorry, refusing to give up. You and the hope my children will be home and my youngest daughter are the reason I hold strength and keep going. You shown me that love, kindness, and compassion still shine, even in the darkest times. Everything you've done has not gone unnoticed. Thank you with deepest gratitude. Malehya Brooks Murray. All right, and that's that. So how's everyone doing over here? Now, I know that people have a lot of thoughts on that letter, but I just expressed to you how I feel about it. And I don't even think I have a right to say what I feel about it, honestly. I just respect the fact that that came from the mother of the two children. And, that if this is the extent of what she can do at this time, then that's what it is, so be it. I know from being a nurse and dealing with lots of bad situations that everybody's mind is different and everybody's mind copes with things different. You go through stages differently. And just from reading that letter, like I said, certain things I see in it, I can tell, right? Like there's, obviously some trauma going on there in her mind for sure. And there's one thing that she even stated there that made me think, she could be on the cusp of even thinking that, I think she said it's hard to go forward without my children because remember she lost Meadow too, right? Baby Meadow. And we don't know what's going through her mind, right? And I hope people are surrounding her all the time and keeping a close eye on her is all I can say. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Diesel Weasel. If CPS fails matter, they'll be held to pay. I think, oh goodness, yes, for sure, eh? I mean, come on. We can't have that happen twice, right? For sure. Yeah. And I mean, there's still a lot to go with all of this whole case. Outside of the fact did something nefarious take place or not, there's still the fact like what went down with the whole CPS thing, right? Like, does that program need to be looked at big time or what? Like, what is going on there? Deanna, hi. How are you? I can't remember if I said hi yet or not to you. So I will just say it again. The Pond, hi. Thanks for being here. Um, I suspect M was an addict, in my opinion. Don't know for fact. Yeah, yeah. And thanks for saying in your opinion. Yeah, yeah. Because we don't know. But, like the whole Wednesday thing kind of gets me. I was wondering what's going on there, right? Or were they both doing something on Wednesday that is really mess their memories up of Wednesday? But you can just only, think those things. We don't know, right? One thing I've noticed is suspicious parents seem to always thank the searchers, while innocent parents want more to be done, more involved. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, right? Like, nothing is enough because, until your children are, found, whether it's alive standing in front of you or coming home for a proper burial, you would think that every parent would have that feeling that nothing is enough, right? Uh, yeah, or everything that's being done isn't enough. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Hi, Sierra. Sounds like it was written for her. I I personally don't think it was written for her. Um, because I, you know, I already went through the text that she had written to Sunny, and it's there's some similarities there for sure. There's similarities in the way, like she constantly saying, "I just want my children home," and the repetitiveness of that is the same. Um, the same way type of spelling and stuff. She definitely wrote that. Um, yeah, I don't think it was written for her. I think she did that herself. Now, not to say that, you know, somebody might not have helped her somewhat or whatever if she said, I want to say this, but I don't know how to say it, or which is, no big deal. But yeah. But that's my opinion just from reading the other stuff that she has written, and, seeing leaving the letters off of the end of words, repeating stuff. To me, that's a mind that's traumatized. There's something going on there with that mind, which would make sense that it would be her. Um, yeah. I feel for her, honestly. I can't imagine what her life had been like or is currently. Yeah, I agree. And don't get me wrong, I don't give any excuses for the whole neglectful part of it with the kids because, um, those are your babies and you got to figure out a way to pull yourself out of something when you're in a bad situation. You got to figure it out. Um, it seems to me that she was in the midst of that, of figuring it out and getting the heck out of there. But something happened, something happened. So it's too bad. Yeah, trauma doesn't have a script for sure. Yeah, that is true, Solace. I do sense. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. I'll just let people read that there and make sense out of it like I just did. But I know Diesel, and that's what I'm saying. I hope she's being watched carefully. Yeah. Yeah, you do too, Ginger. Yeah. In my opinion, my thoughts are for Lily and Jack. Yep, to get the justice they do deserve. 100%, Mary. 100%. And that's why I said, let's remember that this is about Lily and Jack, right? Yeah, Sue, I hear you. I know, right? There's some programs that need to be looked at for sure. Processes, staffing, for sure. Yeah. In my opinion, what the children must have gone through. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think that they were living the best life, right? I don't think so. No. The pond at Polar, she did seem to have lost a lot of weight between the CBC interview and the beach photo, but that could also be grief. Yeah, I still wonder if that beach photo was of then. I swear I saw that picture before it was posted as the beach pic. And I think we can all agree that Cheryl was doing that to poke at Daniel, so she could have used whatever picture she wanted to, whether they were at the beach or not, because it was about poking the bear. But I don't know. I'm so sure I saw that picture beforehand because I remember asking, "Is that Malehya's sister? They sure don't look alike, right?" Um, yeah, but I could be wrong. In my opinion, CBS failed Lilly&Jack. Yeah, I'm kind of there as well. Something went wrong there. Yeah, yeah, not just being them, but CPS needs to be looked at. Yeah. No, she wrote it, but it was requested. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense, and it makes sense that it would have been requested too. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Kent. Yeah. As soon as I read it, I felt it was her because I had already read through her texts over and over and over from Sunny. Yeah. I really question the whole case. I can't get over the fact that the police allowing this search teams to take tips of the public when legally any tips should be directed to the police to investigate. Well, they are. They are. Um, but you're talking about the please bring me home folks at Novah, exactly. The thanking searchers thing sounds like thank you for the effort. You can go now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can go now. Go on. Yeah. Polar requested. Interesting, Kent. Hi, Bobby Joe. Thanks for being here. Yeah, the reason you're saying that is because it's still an open investigation. Are you referring from the "Please Bring Me Home" folks? Because the whole Daniel thing was the joke. That's we're joking about that. Don't anybody send your tip to Daniel. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah, I agree. I didn't think it looked like it, and her hair length and everything is different, and yeah. Ankle, no, Anki, all dog, Crocker. How about we call you Crocker? It's hi, Crocker. It sounds like she knows they're not coming home, and she wishes she did these things. She needs some help. Yeah. Well, I would hope that she is in therapy, and especially I'm sure that she is, just knowing that Daniel is in some certain programs, there due to the whole Meadow thing, that Malehya would be in probably therapy as well, I would hope. I mean, with all those folks involved, CPS involved, RCMP, interacting with them and having their people who, like a crisis intervention type liaison, surely to God, um, they're directing them in the right way to get the help that they need to cope and whatnot. Or to be able to deal with something they may have done if something did happen, to be able to confront it. Yeah. I think I'd be thanking oh, yeah, I never thought of that, the baby weight. Yeah. I think I'd be thanking everyone, but begging them to keep pulling out all the stops. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you did too? Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I thought I was going crazy, and I'm not joking. Like, I mean, I have issues with my memory anyways, but there are certain times, like, I'll see something like that, and I just knew. I was like, "No," especially if something specific is about it, like me thinking that, "Is that her sister? They don't look very much alike," like that. There's just certain things, and that just really stuck out in my head. And it was driving me nuts. And I looked and looked and looked everywhere that I could look to see if I could find it again, because I was like, I know I seen that before, this whole beach pick thing. Yeah. I pray these babies are found safe and sound. Yeah, I hear you. In my opinion, a mother would be out there looking for her children every day. I would. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I could. I mean, like a part of me feels like I would lose my mind in one hand, but in the other hand, I feel like I'd be fighting to the ends of the earth. So I don't know. Can both be true? I don't know. Hi, Belinda. Happy belated birthday and lots of love to you. Everybody give Belinda lots of love. Thanks for being here. The pond. It's interesting that they are just now claiming that Jack has run away. I hate saying run away because the 2-year-old doesn't run away, but I know that's how it was stated. They wander when their adult eyes are not on them, is what happens. And my son did it. We had baby-proof knobs or toddler, the place was all baby-proofed. Anyways, he was a child that he was bound and determined he was going to get through anything. Now, my first child wasn't like that. Like he would try and you can't get in, so be it, right? But not my youngest. No, he was getting in there. He was getting through the cupboard locks, he was getting through whatever was baby proofed. He was getting through it. He was getting past the gate, he would shake it and kick it until he could get it down. And anyways, these knobs that we put on the door for baby proof, um, they were it was like a big plastic thing and it went over the knob. And then in order to open the door, you had to push it in so that the palm of your hand was touching the knob on the inside. Like there was like a hole at the front of it so that your palm would touch the actual knob on the inside of the plastic, and then it would help it to open. But I could not push it hard enough to get it to open. So I used to have to take, or you could do it this way, like I did it. You could take 2 fingers, stick it inside, and then open it, right? Well, I don't know if he was watching me or what, but anyways, he was able to get that knob open by sticking his little hand in there. And he got outside in the morning and he wandered off. And my other son, thank God, came and woke me up and told me, and I ended up finding him. But we had a pond in the backyard. So my first thought, of course, after I couldn't find him in the house, was that the pond, the pond. Oh my God, he's in the pond. Like I thought for sure. I just 100%, I'm going to go find him in that pond. And thank God that's not what happened. But it can happen, but I never ever said he ran away. But yeah, I get you. Okay, so claiming that Jack ran away before the RCMP had to get involved, when you'd think Daniel would have brought that up day one to remove suspicion from himself. Yeah, I honestly, yeah, anything Daniel says, right? Unless we have the evidence to 100% back it up, right? I know myself, I am not paying attention to it for sure. I mean, even all his statements, right? I just can't even, is there an actual statement from Daniel when you really look at it? To me, there isn't, because he just keeps changing it and changing it and changing it. So to me, at the end of the day, there actually isn't a statement. So, it's not like Malehya, who's given a statement and that's the statement, and that, it stayed that way. Now I know some people would argue that it didn't, but we're going to go over that. Because there's a difference in what she says and what the RCMP officer says in her summary notes, right? Two different things. So, yeah. So at the end of the day, for me, we don't even have a statement from Daniel. Yeah. Hi, Belinda. Yeah. Lots of love, and belated birthday wishes. Malehya has lost all her weight. Yeah, my hubby's seen her walking in Truro. Yeah, I bet by now she's probably lost all her weight. Yeah, but that beach pic, that was that was an early in the summer. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't even nice enough to go to the beach yet, because I remember saying it's cold here. I don't even know who'd be going to the beach yet. But yeah, I bet you she's pretty thin now. So your husband seen her walking in Truro, did he? Yeah, that'd be tough. That would be tough. Yeah. CPS should have put them in programs. Yep, I agree. Yep. Like, just to whatever they did, and then that was it. Like, they should have been doing some follow up, put them in some education programs. 100%, Mary. Put them in some programs before now. December for sure. First visit, or when Jack went missing at Patty's. Yeah. Yep. If Jack went missing at Patty's, because remember, this is Daniel saying that. This is Daniel saying that, and I wouldn't pay attention to any of that until we know for sure that that's so. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all for the birthday wishes, Belinda says. With M's past trips by ambulance for anxiety, I suspect she would be under a doctor's supervision, allegedly, in my opinion. I hope so. I really, really do. I hope so. Yeah. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Prayers to Belinda. That photo didn't even seem to be the right time of year. Oh, I know. It was like really, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was like really nice beach time weather in that photo. And I was like, oh, I don't know, but maybe wherever they are, the weather's much different. But I mean, they're here in Nova Scotia somewhere. In my opinion, I thought that too when she did the interview. She should know emotions or cry. She showed no emotions or crying. That's when I thought she knew they were not coming back. Yeah, could be possible. Yeah. There are many who failed Lilly&Jack, not just CPS. I agree, Belinda. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. And when I think of those, I don't think of you. Okay? Just saying. I don't. I don't. Yeah. Hi, JDR. I felt the video of M was not a current one. I felt it was from pre-Daniel or earlier. She looked younger to me. Yeah. You mean the picture? We're talking about the picture of her on the beach with Cheryl. Yeah. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I agree, Belinda. Plenty failure has happened. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Toddlers go on an adventure. I know, right? They don't run away. Yeah. Yeah. Um, They do. They're on an adventure for sure, right? They have all these ideas in their head of things that they're opportunists. They're opportunists, right? Like my youngest was for sure, big time. If he saw something and he thought, wonder what that is, then he waited for the opportunity. And then he would go check it out, right? And that could have been like, okay, mom's not up out of bed yet. I can sneak out of the house, and God knows what he was up to that morning, right? But that's what he was like. So I have the most, respect for Belinda. She is the only one who speaks for Lily and Jack. 100%. 100%. Agree. Yeah, and it does irritate me when I hear Daniel in an interview saying, and I'm the only one, you know, his kids will look back and say, my father was the only one who spoke up for Lily and Jack. And it's like, no, because all you do is speak for yourself. Belinda would be a perfect, beautiful example of someone who's speaking up for Lily and Jack, keeping their names out there, doing what she can do. I have never heard about Jack wandering. Yeah. Yeah, and you were still in communication then, because that was at Patty's house. It wasn't until they moved to Daniel's that Daniel, ties were cut off due to Daniel's controllingness, if that's a word. My little sister threatened to run away when she was around 3. Packed a little suitcase, took off all her clothes and ran up the street to hide under a slide at the park. Yeah, I mean, kids do it. Kids do it. A 2-year-old, no, but I ran away when I was a kid too. Not that young. Not that young. I was probably 5, around 5, I would say, and I did, and there was reasons for it, right? There was reasons for it. You know, uh, yeah, yeah, there was things going on in my household, and I was getting the heck out of Dodge at 5 years old, and I hid in a car all day, all night. I was staying there, and I was trying to figure out in my head what to do, where to go from there, because I was not going back home to that shit show. Of course, I ended up back there, but yeah, yeah. But at 2, no, you don't actually run away. Yeah. In my opinion, dogs must have hit on something. So many new things have come out since. The heat is on them. Well, if they've done something wrong, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Yep, I hope it's on them fast and furious. Only in Malehya's text, she said they like to wander. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Drippy, hello. Thanks for being here. When I was around 4, I wandered off in a mall. Oh, I used to do that to my mother all the time. Thought it was funny. When Mom found me, she yelled, "Why did you run away?" I told her I didn't run away. I walked away. Exactly. That's cute. I walked away. That's cute. Yeah. His whole thing about Lily pulling her hair, yeah, comes out after Wade mentions Lily's sensitivity to being touched on the head. Yeah, very sus to me. Ginger, I never even connected the dots there. Yes. Yeah, never thought of that. Um, all right. You guys are chit-chatting away, and I am way behind. I'll check and make sure there's no questions for me. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for being here. And if not, I'll continue to let you guys chat. While I move on. And if there's anybody I miss saying hi to, I apologize. Okay. What do I got next here? I like to keep a list so I can remember what I'm supposed to do and keep it in an order for y'all. Well, the whole Daniel's girlfriend thing, I'm not going too far into that whole crap show because it's ridiculous and has absolutely nothing to do with Lily and Jack. I could care less who Daniel Martell dates from this point on. Who cares? The only thing I do want to say is any of you who watched my last program, my last live, we had went over the 20, it's an FBI profiler, and he goes over the top 20 traits of a psychopath, which a lot of those would be narcissistic traits. So we know that a psychopath is a narcissist, right? But not every narcissist is a psychopath. But so, but we went over the psychopathic traits, and no joking. Seriously, no joking. It describes Daniel. And I'm not being mean. I'm not being nasty. That's the truth of it. You guys watch it. You'll see if you haven't already. But anyways, there was one on there that I was kind of like, well, we wouldn't really know that. That's private, personal stuff that we wouldn't know anything of. And then the next day, I think it was like the next day or a couple of days later, then all this tech stuff comes out about Daniel and his girlfriend stuff, which I said I could care less. Don't care. Don't want to hear anything about Daniel and his girlfriends, whoever, whatever friends. But what I want to pull out of that is that there was the information that came out, and it is fact. It is fact. It's in text. You can go over to the Drunk Turkey Show, DT show, if you actually want to see the actual information on that. He goes over it very well. But it has to do with the R word, okay? And the fantasizing of that. And so that, again, is somebody with no limits. We already talked about Daniel with no limits, right? There's just no limits. He doesn't get it, right? He just doesn't get it. No boundaries, no limits. Excuse me. And so that was the thing on the list, the 20 traits that the FBI profiler had went over. Then I said, well, we wouldn't really know that, right? But everything else fit, right? But we wouldn't know that one. That's private, personal business. And then boom, next day, 2 days later, and I didn't know about any of that. I did receive emails from her, but it had nothing to do with that. I don't know if she figured I was too soft for that stuff or because she sent different stuff out, and she sent some of that to some people, I guess, by what I see on the other creator shows. But what she sent to me wasn't that. It was some other stuff that I'm not even touching on. I'm not even going there. But anyway, yeah, and my husband said that too. He goes, "Oh, he probably just you come off so soft and sweet." She probably didn't want to send any of that stuff to you, so we just kind of chuckled at that. But anyways, yeah, so in that list, that's what it was. That's what it was regarding was the actual issues in a person with that personality and those traits, okay? And that they have no limits. There's no limits. Anything's a go. And and they will cross those boundaries in that area. So Now we can check that off the list as well, guys. Okay, we can check that off the list as well. And for anybody that didn't see that video, it's the last one I did, okay? And it is an excellent video. And I mean, not bragging about my video, but the girl who did the interview with the FBI agent, that was excellent, excellent. Yeah. So, anyways, just wanted to put that out there, and that's all I have to say about that. That's for me, I just look at stuff like that to confirm things, right? And we went over that whole list. It was the only thing in the whole list, and then what come out the next day confirmed it. So, yeah. Yeah, and I think that was the number 19 on the psychopath list. 18 or 19. You guys will know if you go back and watch it. Yeah. So the other thing I want to touch on is this message regarding. Yeah, there it is. This bothered me. I'm sure it bothered a lot of people, not just me. So this is between Daniel and his ex. And she's asking him how everything's doing or whatever. And he's saying, well, everything is not the best. Meadow is going into CPS, and this is Daniel saying this. Meadow is going into CPS custody. Malehya is losing her. CPS also turned Earle and Raina on me. They interrogated an 8 and a 6-year-old. And I guess they said I abused Jack and Lily. One bleeped up day. And you guys can see what words being used there. And she says, oh no, I'm so sorry. And of course, that's why he's saying this to her, is for sympathy, right? And again, it's the whole narcissistic, in my opinion, the whole narcissistic thing, right? Poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me. And through that, he doesn't care that he's telling on himself. He just wants the sympathy for it, right? Yeah. So I mean it's sad to hear that and know that, you know. And of course, Daniel wants to get ahead of stuff as well, right? Like if Daniel's saying something, there's a reason why he's saying it, right? So it's because he has to try to stomp this fire out, right? Before anybody else knows there's a fire burning. And anyways, and there's no doubt in my mind that that's true. Because kids are going to tell the truth. Kids are going to be honest. They're not going to make it up. They're not going to make it up, Daniel. Do you think your two children, your 6 and your 8-year-old, sat down and made this stuff up, right? But the sad part is we should feel sorry for you because your children were interrogated. They weren't interrogated. I'm sure they had to make sure they were okay as well. They had to make sure that things weren't done to them. And I noticed you don't comment on them, right? You don't say, they said I've never done anything to them, but they said that I have done stuff to Lily and Jack, or, I never abused them, but I abused Lily and Jack. Like, you didn't say that. So chances are that we're probably going to find out that they said they are too as well. But it's not interrogation. It is exactly what it's supposed to be. You know, when things are going on like this, there are systems out there to have these discussions with children, and that's just how it works. It's just how it works. So, um, boo hoo for you. Boo hoo. And thank God for children for being innocent. Yeah. Thank God for children for being, or sorry, innocent, honest. I think I said innocent. I meant honest. Hi, Cool J. Yeah. Anybody new that come in that I haven't said hi to, I apologize. And thank you for being here. And thank you for coming in and joining the chat. Novah, did you watch Michelle After Dark on The Letter? She does a great job of looking at it. No, I did not. I will. I'll check her out. I have watched her videos. I like Michelle, but I didn't catch that. I try to catch everybody, but it's hard to catch everyone. But I watch Justin every night. That's just a given. I love Justin. I love Justin. So typically I don't miss Justin. Um, uh, Sunny, if Sunny's on, I usually watch her, but sometimes I'll catch her the next day. Sometimes it's a really late, long one or whatever it's on too late or whatever. I'll catch it the next day. But I pretty much watch everybody. You know, I watch Daphne now. Daphne does the lives and her other videos too. Mike puts videos out. I watch them. I pretty much watch everything. But Justin, I watch live pretty much every night. I don't chat a lot because I'm usually laying in bed unless I see they're talking about something and they're stuck on it or whatever, and I might know the answer because I'm from the area. Then I might pop in and go, oh, blah, 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 just to help out. But yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah, I like Justin too, but he's not as accurate as Sunny and you. I there was for a little bit there where I felt he was off his game for some reason, but now he's back on it. But yeah, I don't know if he wasn't feeling well or something was going on there for a little bit. Hi AI Henry. Well, thank you for saying that. You missed me. I really, really wish I want to try to get on more at least 3 times a week. And I'm gonna shoot for that goal. And hopefully sometime I'll get into that. You know, it'll happen. Peggy, hi. I'm a Justin fan. Yeah, I can't. I just love him. I can't help it. I can't help it. The first time I saw him, I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is a hoot." First of all, he's funny. And he just, you can tell he has such a good heart and compassionate and just he gets the stuff out there on the cases. You know, you can tell it's in his heart to be doing it. Yeah, you can tell he's a good person. And you give great information unless it's related to the Middle River. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. And I kept calling it the Alma River, the Alma River. And and then other people were talking about this Middle River, and I'm from the area, mind you, and I'm like, Middle River? What are they talking about? More like, you know, the Alma River. And anyways, and then I thought, wait a minute, are they the same river? I said to my husband, that river that we go fishing at, the Alma River, and he goes, that is not the Alma River. That is Middle River. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so stupid because always called it the Alma River because that where we fish, the end of that river, the part of the river is in Alma. So I guess I just come up with my own name there. But nobody else knew. Nobody else knew that I was calling it the Alma River. Justin has been struggling with a lung infection. He is taking steroids for it now. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Yes, I did hear him say that. This was a while ago, though. I find he's back to himself right now, but this was a while ago. It just seemed like something was bothering him. It's funny when you watch somebody every day, you do notice differences. You notice when something's off. Yeah. Yeah, kids don't normally tell lies about that sort of thing. Exactly, Belinda believes. They lie about not taking the cookie out of the cupboard. Right. This is in my opinion, and I 100% agree. Yes. Yeah. Anyone following the young Australian boy Gus? Yeah, a bit. Yeah. Yeah. What a cute little fella he is. Isn't he sweet? Um I'm a Justin fan as well. Yeah. Nancy Dar, how are you doing today? Uh, yeah, the Boudreaux video was very useful to show people how RCMP operate. Yes, I am glad you posted a bit. I was getting worried. Um, yeah, it does show. It does show how they operate, right? And it's very, uh, the wording and it is very similar. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, the RCMP are keeping all options open here, right? They've said that over and over and over. Jack and Lily, let's bring them home. 100%, Henry. 100%. Solace, were you, or Finding Solace, were you here when I said I did up a whole bunch of new emojis? Can't remember. Um, I just know I know you're a member. You would be able to use them if you want to. There's some there for Lily. There's the dinosaur and the unicorn for Lily and Jack. Justin has had. That's right, Diesel Weasel. I forgot about that, and it does flare. That's right. Yeah, and see, I'm the same way with my illness too. Like, there's days that I can't even think straight, and that's why I end up not coming on here. Like, I'll have it all planned out, but then if I have a really bad pain episode, or I'm up through the night with pain a lot, and now I'm lacking sleep and whatever, right? The same thing happens. Yeah, so I forgot about that, and that frigs up with your memory big time, big time. The thing is, we should just be going on what the police put out. Yep. Everyone listens to Daniel. But they can say what they want. Regardless, police watch social media. Yes. And in my opinion, Daniel knows that. Yep. Oh gosh, yes, he knows. He knows for sure. And I agree. I agree. Yeah, we should be listening to what they're saying for sure. Yep. Okay. What else do I have here for you lovely folks? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Is he 58? I thought he said he was 40, or he probably just says 40 just for a joke. I'm 54. Um, is he 58? Seriously? Handsome fella. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Yeah. And I hope there is a time where Malehya is, you know, ready, beyond like a letter, that she and I'm not like I don't to me, I feel people can only do what they can do. So I'm not saying this in the sense that I think she should be out here, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying it in the sense that to me, Daniel is not the voice for these children. People who, like Belinda, their mother, their real father, Cody, if he ever, down the road, those are the people who are the real voice for these children, not Daniel. But it's like Daniel just took that place because Daniel is the controller of all, right? Daniel is the ruler of all, right? Um, right? I'm doing what he does, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's not even his place. Like, he's not the adoptive father of the children. Um, Not that he shouldn't be not saying anything. I'm not saying that. But uh, there's other people that should be in front of him on that. Um, yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is. He might maybe when he says he's 40, he's joking maybe. I don't know. You don't know with him because he's such a joker. Uh, Missing children are included. Ooh, whoops. Missing children are included in a child protection court hearing in Nova Scotia because the hearing's purpose is to determine the child's safety and well-being. Yeah. Yeah. And their absence is a direct indicator of potential harm or neglect. Or neglect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm glad all the children involved that are still with us are protected. Yeah. It's okay for him to keep talking. Maybe some truth will slip out. Yeah, you're right, Diesel Weasel. You're right. Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm going to figure out why Em is acting the way she is when we know what happened. Yeah, okay. That reminds me. Let's move on to some other messages here, folks. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. My sister-in-law says that all the time. She's from BC. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's like a saying of theirs or yeah. Now, I found this message quite irritating as well. Because who in the room believes that CPS is having conversations with Daniel about Malehya, So again, it's Daniel. Oh my gosh, there's Daniel, guys, walking in the door of the CPS. Daniel, could you come here? We just want to sit and have tea with you and talk to you about Malehya and tell you what our thoughts are on Malehya. Come have a cup of tea with us, dear. Now, who believes it? Who believes that? Oh my God, that feather pillow is sticking a feather in my back and it hurts. Ugh. Yeah. So who believes that CPS is doing that? So this is from the drunk turkey show last night, guys. Drunk turkey. So he's saying, and this again was between him and the GF. Yes. So by CPS. CPS wants to know why she acts the way she is. Now, this is Daniel saying this. And then she says, Malehya? And he says, yeah, Malehya acts odd, they say. Now, who believes that? Who in this chat room believes that? That, they had this conversation with Daniel. Yeah. Over tea and crumpets. Yeah, CPS says that, says Daniel. Malehya has lost Jack before, and the cops were called. Okay. He has to add on to that, right? To the girlfriend. And then she says, does she still go see Malehya if she lives far away? At least they notice she's acting odd. That helps you. And she believes it, of course, right? That CPS would, have this breach of confidentiality conversation with Daniel. My God, it's wacko. Yeah. I'm just gonna breach Malehya's confidentiality here and sit down with Daniel and have a private conversation about how Malehya acts, you know, when we're well aware of the whole situation going on here. Mm-hmm. Malehya is the bio mom. The police and CPS would only approach Malehya. Yeah. CPS would report any and all info to Daniel as per his request. Right. What was I thinking, right? Gosh, I forgot about that, right? I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah. No, not likely. Belinda, what was Jack's favorite color? Oh, I was going to release a balloon on his birthday here in Alberta. Oh. CPS could have been asking that to gauge his response because they think she was being abused. It could have been anything. D will wrap what others say into a weapon. Oh, exactly. If they ever said anything, right? Yeah, yeah. But they sure as heck didn't. CPS wants to know why she acts the way she is. Um, yeah, and I thought so too, Drippy. I was thinking, Jesus, yeah, because if he comes in, other people who know what to look for, can tell certain signs, right? And if they're picking up on certain signs, um, and they may have come right out and said, "Why is she acting so afraid, Daniel? When you come in here when she's still here." And because remember, then it was supposed to be she's out of there and gone and before he shows up and all that. So you don't know. You have no idea with him, but we certainly know it's not casual conversation uh, with them, with Daniel. No, no, not going to happen. He's got a bridge for sale too. Hey, Nova, shenanigans. Hi. Hey Nova, listening on my way home. Well, thanks for popping in. Please don't release a balloon. Light a candle or something else. It does kill wildlife. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. If G was honest, we wouldn't have to play this guessing game. That's right. Yep. Mary McLean, where do you live in Alberta? Yeah. Who got the information about the two kids? Who got the information about the two kids under CPS? I don't know what you mean, Lori. Sorry. Daniel is so full of plop plop. Yep, I agree. I agree. Yeah. Belinda Gray. Mary, that is sweet. He loved nature. And its critters. I would rather no balloons be released in his name. A beautiful gesture, though. There you go. Yep. Thanks, Belinda. Wanod, hi. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back. Nice to always see you. All right. So we got some other. I know, right? Grow a brain, turtles. Oh, she's just joking. She's just joking. Well, I guess they get straws stuck up their nose too. That's why we have paper straws now. That's what my husband told me, unless he was teasing, because sometimes he tells me stuff and he's joking, and I actually think it's true, and then I repeat it and find out it wasn't, but that's what he told me, that's why we have straws that are made out of paper now. So let's go over to Earle's. There's some other stuff I want to do here, but I think I'll save it till tomorrow, and I'll come back on tomorrow. It's just some stuff that I was pulling out of the court documents. But instead, let's go over and take a look at what's been going on with Earle. Okay, so October 1st. So government in Nova Scotia wants RCMP to learn Mi'kmaq, but when Lily and Jack went missing, no roadblocks were put. But just in case of an abduction, officers I asked knew nothing. How that worked, an inquiry is needed. Now people on my friends list need to step up and support. And does anybody understand what that's saying? Okay, so government in Nova Scotia wants RCMP to learn Mi'kmaq. Well, I don't know anything about that it's a requirement that they learn it. I know that the police officer that spoke at the day that Lily and Jack, the search was being scaled back, she had spoke at the press release, and she did speak in Mi'kmaq, which because it was a celebratorial day on that day. And I found that a lot of people found that very odd that she had done that. But we have to remember too that there is a connection there, right, with Lily and Jack to the First Nations. So, but anyways, she obviously knew the language. Now, is it because she herself is First Nations? Maybe, but I don't believe that's a requirement. So I'm not sure what he's talking about there. I just assumed that she was Mi'kmaq herself. Yeah. But when Lily and Jack went missing, no roadblocks. So let's put a period there. See if this works. But when Lily and Jack went missing, no roadblocks. I don't know. I don't get that. What? Speaking Mi'kmaq and no roadblocks. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so no roadblocks were put. No roadblocks were put. Just in case of an abduction, period. Officers I asked knew nothing how that worked, period. An inquiry is needed now, people on my friends list need to step up and support, period. So I don't know. I think that's quite silly myself. Quite silly. Yeah. I just think that whole thing is, first of all, none of it makes any sense. And second of all, Belinda is requesting an inquiry for good reason. Her inquiry makes sense. So I don't know. I guess Earle thought that he should request one of some sort for some reason too. I think Earle Earle, you should stay quiet. Really, you should. Really. Not that it's my place to tell anyone what to do, but you should just stay quiet. Really. And then number 2, 5 months today, and things seem going nowhere. It's all just blowing in the wind. So you can see where he kind of talks a little bit where the just blowing in the wind kind of reminds you of something you would hear Daniel say. A lot of this, there's really no point to it, but there is one thing I want to get to here that I do want to discuss. I probably could have just went to that one. Been wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy. Each night I think of Lily and Jack running up driveway calling me Grampy. This is the one, when I picked up my own grandkids once after Jack's birthday. Asked why I wasn't invited. Malehya said only family were invited. I was more a grandparent to those children than anyone of their real ones, and I disagree with that, than any one of their real ones ever were. Sorry for rant, but it's time I started speaking up. So the reason this one struck me because we'll go back to the FBI profiler who he discussed about learning to go with your instincts, learning to listen to those feelings that are trying to tell you something. And when I read this, been wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy. Each night, I think of Lily and Jack running up driveway calling me Grampy when I picked up my own grandkids. Once after Jack's birthday, and I asked why I wasn't invited. So right there, he asked why he wasn't invited. I have a lot to say about this, but the first thing I want to say is when asked why I wasn't invited, Malehya said only family were invited. Does anyone think that Malehya was trying to send Earle a message? A very clear message? And that Malehya's instincts and her gut and her feelings were telling her something? And it just makes me think of the FBI profiler, right? Saying, like, when you have those feelings, right? You have to react to them. And it seems to me that she was reacting to something she was feeling. Otherwise, Grampy Earle would have been invited, right? Because you'd want to invite him, right? Because there's good feelings when Earle's around and it's happy feelings. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why somebody would choose to do that. Anyways, that's the first thing that stood out to me. And then, of course, the second thing that stood out to me is that this is a child's birthday party. It's about children. It's a day that is 100% about the child's birthday, not about Earle and how Earle feels about whether he was invited or not. It's okay to think it in your head and maybe discuss it privately down the road with the mother. But to try to make it about you, it has nothing to do with you. Yeah. But anyways, that's what struck. That's what's, and again, it's the same as Daniel as being so eager to look for sympathy about that. Poor me. And this is look how I was treated. That you're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself. 'Cause there's a reason why somebody would do that, and obviously her gut, something was telling her that, you know, she didn't want you there for some reason. Um, yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that, and that was, like, out of all those messages, what struck me. I just, uh yeah, exactly. Exactly. She was having gut instincts big time. Like, her brain was talking to her gut big time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's been posting every day, has he? Yeah. Hmm. I just saw those on, Michelle's this morning. I think it was Michelle this morning. Michelle After Dark. Uh, yeah, but they're from his Facebook, yeah. Um, just gonna go back a little bit. Uh Okay. Love how you said that Nova CPS would not do that. No, no, they definitely would not agree about the balloons, Belinda. Yeah, yeah, good point, because I didn't know that. Gotta go now. Well, take care, Polar Vortex, and thanks for coming. By the way, Nova, nurses are the glue that hold hospitals together. Bye to all for now. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Um, and thank you for saying that. Uh It is true, Nova, it happens. Oh, it must be you must be responding to the straws with the turtles. Yeah, see, I don't know when he's teasing me or not, so finding solace, like fishing bans on shores in Nova Scotia. Yeah, got ya. Lanterns were released. They can harm wildlife and entangle birds. Ah, and cause fire. Yes, 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 yes. I suppose they would, yeah. Yeah, because they have the little pieces of metal that run through them, yep. In other words, they're not smart enough to put up a roadblock. They aren't gonna learn a language. Oh, okay. Thank you for explaining it, because I was like, I'm not picking up what he's laying down here. But okay, okay, I got it. I don't agree with it, but I see, yeah, okay. What does learning Mi'kmaq have to do with securing surgery? Well, there you go. Diesel just explained it to us. Um, I guess that's somewhat of an explanation. Yeah. Uh, just for the ones assigned on res, I think. Oh, yes, that would make sense. Finding solace. Yes, 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 that would make sense. Yeah, that would. Yeah, yeah. So the individual that one of the individuals, and they usually ended up always calling him back in for anything major on our reservation here. He was native, so yeah, he was First Nations, so that was interesting, and they would always end up like, you can't hear this stuff now, it's all blocked, but years ago, you could hear everything, and he was always getting called back in, to assist. Yeah. It's a lot easier to pop up, some cones than it is to learn Mi'kmaq. Yep, yep. Uh, Not that it has anything to do with Jack and Lily. I've asked the government for Mi'kmaq language training just to learn how alphabet sounds to pronounce the newer First Nations community names. Nice, nice. Yep. Yeah, I actually think it would be easier to learn than French, I have to say that. I've thought of learning it often, yeah, but I don't know if my brain would now. It's probably too late for me because of my new brain. I call it my new brain. Too cold for I can't see what. Oh, turtles in Alberta was -13 overnight. Get out! Wowzers! Not cold like that here yet. Holy cow! He is saying roadblocks should have been put up. Yeah. Oh, they definitely should have been put up immediately. Yeah. They messed up there, in my opinion. In my opinion, and it's something again that I think needs to be looked at as a whole. Yeah, and it needs to change. Yeah. Um, he is saying roadblocks should have been put up. And when he asked police about it, they were ignorant. Yeah. How that would even work. Well, I doubt that. Now, come on, they know how to do that. Then seethed hatred towards Mi'kmaq people. Yeah, it makes perfectly good sense, right? Yeah. Um, yeah. Guys, I'm gonna go grab a drink and run to the bathroom. So let's do our 2-minute break, and I'll be right back. Okay. And so if there's anything you guys need to do, go outside and have a cigarette. If you don't smoke in your house, go do it now. Okay. Hi. Okay, where were we? I hope everyone had a good break. Of course, I'm way behind in the chat, guys. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, the blanket blowing in the wind. Yeah. Mhm. You never know. Yeah, you never know. Yeah. Okay. There was something I want to pull up here. Oh, yeah. We don't treat stepkids any different than bio kids in my family, same as mine. After a few years, you would think they they would be his grandkids too. I don't think Em was totally accepted there. I agree, and I noticed that too in that because he said, "I went to pick up my grandkids," and Lily and Jack were yelling, "Grandpa, grandpa," or whatever, but, yeah, and he said, "My other." And so, yeah, like it didn't it's like he wasn't including them. There was separation there, right? In the way that he was saying that, for sure. I noticed that. Drippy, sadly, negative feelings about Mi'kmaq people are sometimes expressed in various YouTube chats about this case. Yeah, and they shouldn't be. Remember Janie saying Malehya wouldn't let her hold yes. Yeah, we went over that. My husband does the same exact thing yours, Nova. Yeah. Telling me a joke, does not tell me he is joking. Yeah, exactly. And that's what mine does. Like, and then I'll say, "Why didn't you tell me you were joking?" And he'll say, "I forgot." And then you repeat it so many times. I think your hubby might be joking about the straws. Well, no, Belinda says that it happens, unless she was talking about something else. uh, you notice when things die down, another person pops up to feed the speculation. Yes, indeed. I think you are right. M also didn't want to leave Meadow alone with him and Janie. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And she wouldn't do that for no reason, right? Like she was listening to some type of gut reaction, in my opinion. In my opinion. Agreed, Barbara. I'm Aquarius, but or sorry, Aquarius, Iroquois, but went to Mi'kmaq school. Cool. My brother-in-law is from Malay's Reserve. A lot of folks say is ridiculous. A lot of what folks say it's ridiculous and it is offensive. Yep. I try to remind myself. Just some just don't know. Yeah. Yeah. It is offensive. Yeah. Exactly. Nova M must felt something about E to not invite him there. Must be something there. Definitely. To her, because I mean, if there's a happy, enjoyable feeling around, that'd be like my grandson having a birthday party and my husband not being invited because he is the step parent of my two boys since they were 7 and 8. So, there would be a reason why my daughter-in-law would do that, right? Like, there, you know, uh, he I mean, he the baby loves him. It's hilarious. He tries to act because my husband has a louder, deeper voice. And when he comes in from work, if my grandson is here, he tries to now start acting like that, and he tries to make his voice deeper, and he gets all wound up and excited. And he just loves them. But if they're, having that connection, she wouldn't then turn around and go, "I'm not inviting Jamie to the birthday party," or Papa to the birthday party. Like it just wouldn't make sense, right? Like there's a reason why her gut was feeling that way. I don't believe Malehya actually said those exact words. Probably kids and their parents only. It's only a small trailer. And that's the other thing too, right? Shenanigans. Yeah. Yeah. What was actually said. For sure. Yeah. He got wood and food for them. Or was it his on grandkids that were he got food and wood? Um, Yeah, well, he said that he would give them food and wood. Um, like, none of them should want for wood. Like, they own all that land and wood out there. So I'm assuming that that is probably their wood from their land that he was probably sharing with them, that he was probably the one cutting it up and then taking it over there. Um, like, I don't think he was going out and paying for wood and then giving it to them. It would be from their land. So, because why would you be purchasing wood when you own your own land there with all the wood that's been knocked down from the storm that's just laying there, right? Um, Very interesting indeed, Nova. Yes, a lot of poor me syndrome. Yes, I find, and being from here, I actually find that a lot. Drives me nuts. There might be something wrong with that whole family. Could be the cycle, right? The cycle. And M knew it. Yeah, she was picking up on something, possibly, right? Possibly, in our opinions, yeah. Because there is the cycle, right? And the one who's the one who's trying to stop a cycle or is just not diving into that cycle is the one that stands out, right? Is the oddball. We have a joined family, Drippy, and all the kids are all of ours. Exactly. Nobody is treated any different. We love all of them the same. My grandchildren don't know who is blood and who is not. All the same. Exactly. Right? You just love, 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 right? Yeah. Wonder why Daniel's ex let the children go to that trailer for a visit. CPS should have done a home study. I don't know if her kids were there, to be honest with you. I don't know if her kids were there. Drippy, my child partner and in-laws are Ojibwe. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Ojibwe. Neither him or Janie or Daniel had any pictures of Lily and Jack. Yeah. But they did have pictures of Daniel's other children. Exactly. Exactly, Belinda. And we've picked up on all of that. Yeah. Yeah. Belinda on Nietzsche's channel, she always shows many beautiful photos of Lily and Jack. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I catch her show too. Yeah, she does show some nice pictures. Yeah. And I think they're from Belinda's collages that Belinda has done up and stuff. That's usually where I get my beautiful pictures that I show. Yes, she does, Barbara. Yep. Diesel, he did bring them wood food. Yeah, he said he did. Yeah, and gave fuel money. To me, he sounds like he's tired of everyone's crap. Saw that in his hostile reaction to Tint. Yeah. 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 But the best situation, honestly, for him is just to zip, 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 zip. Really, just don't. Like, just don't. You're better off just staying quiet because it's just not going to look good. It's just not. In my opinion, I hope the other 3 children are checked for SA. Well, you never know, right? You never know. Belinda believes, yep, same. My sis was so proud of grandbaby and not being a bio grandbaby. Was never raised exactly. Yeah. I got her a bracelet when she was little with engraving acknowledging she was family. Yeah. Yeah. Turkey soup, homemade tonight, gonna be yummy. I'm so turkeyed out. We're both turkeyed out. I took the rest of it and froze it, and I bought a ham this morning and got my husband to go pick it up. I said, "All right, we're gonna have ham today to get us off of the turkey." But yeah, I'll make my turkey soup down the road. Yeah. Uh, Belinda, it wouldn't take anything out of if it wouldn't take anything out of that for obvious reasons. They're going to favor their own grandkids over Lily and Jack. Older generations are different and set in their ways. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that one, Lori. Um, I'm Janie's 59. I don't even know if she's actually 60 yet. It's 59, 60. I'm 54. I'm not like that. My mother and her hubby, they're in their mid 70s. They're not like that. They treat everybody equal. Geez, even kids on the other side. So like my sister will bring her they'd be her nieces and nephews, like her husband's sister's kids, right? Out to mom's when she goes out there to visit, like because of the beach or whatever, right? And they're treated the same, and they'll call just because little kids get confused. They'll call my mother and my stepfather nanny and grampy, right? Because to them they're older, and so they must be a nanny and grampy. And they'll buy them gifts the same as the other kids. Like it's just what you do. It's just what you do. Um, and I mean, especially when you have a blended family, like that's really, really you have to really, uh, you know, do things right in circumstances like that. Lobster, hi. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Lori, I am older. Yeah, I have pictures of my step grandchildren. I agree. I agree, Belinda. Yeah. Yeah. Lobster. They are hidden. You believe they are hidden, do you? That would be an awesome outcome. I don't feel that. It's not something I believe, but my goodness, that would be an awesome outcome. It's just the P's, like B's and K's sound like G's, that kind of thing. I'm native and I struggle with it. Oh, okay. Try and get, I know I'm so far behind. Ah! Who's this nurse telling everyone to go have a smoke? I can't stop people from smoking. Oh, at the end of the day, they're going to do what they do. Uh, he's very passive aggressive for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Or he's aggressive. Yeah. Uh, I know you guys are chit-chatting with each other, and that's awesome, but I'm just gonna scroll through and go down. Uh, uh, that is such a pleasant tune. I have to go to the store. If you are not still on when I get back, it was great seeing you. Well, thanks for being here, Drippy. I don't know if we'll still be here or not. Uh Yes, I agree. Yeah, and then downgrade as you go, right? It was raining that day. Wonder what a wet blanket looks like blown in the wind. Oh, yeah. Never thought of that. Yeah. Belinda Janey didn't hide the fact she was used to her peace and quiet and living in her trailer, but moved out. Oh, yeah, whatever for her. She made the choice. She made the choice. I've had to open my doors to family members here plenty of times. And you do what you got to do. And Yeah. Yeah. I heard the disdain in Janie's voice too. Yeah, definitely 100%. Yeah. Yeah. We all did. She could have said good things, but she didn't. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She preached that she was their grandmother and treated them as such. No, she didn't. No, I don't agree. What two children are going to decide to run away when it is cold, rainy day and they're not even properly dressed? Yeah, true, Winod. Yeah. Because, like I said, children at that age can do that. Like I did it when I was 5, um, and it was running away. I did. I was intending. I was running away, and I was never going back to that house. But um, yeah, on a rainy, cold day, probably not. Depending on what was going on, if something scared you so bad, right? Hard to say. She makes it sound like they were a chore. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Daphne. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Hi, Betty. Hello, beautiful people. Well, hello to beautiful you. Uh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good channel. It's a good channel. Actually, and Daphne is just going through some stuff. It's stuff actually that about some times there that I've already touched on a while ago. And Sunny has as well, and then Sunny and I together in one of the videos we did, we've discussed it quite a bit. Just a lot about, the stuff that Daniel's saying doesn't make any sense and it's all so contradicting. I'm not going there again because I've already you know, what's that saying? It's like beating a dead horse or whatever, and I'm just not going there again. But there are some things I'll touch on tomorrow. I will go over again tomorrow in the documents. But yeah, check out Daphne's video from yesterday. It was a really good video. Um, and it might be something you guys already know because, like I said, some of us have already touched on it a long, long time ago. But it might be stuff you forgot or stuff that you haven't heard yet. So really good video. And one of her, I mean, they're all great, but another really good video is when she had the expert, who's an actual trainer and handler of the dogs and on different types of dogs, not just the cadavers. So really good videos from Daphne. Yeah, we all heard Janie. She could have said great things about the kids, but she lied. Um, but she didn't. Yeah. Yeah, she lied for sure. Yeah. Sorry, my phone is wet, not wanting to text again today. Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. Um, oh, we're after 2 hours. Usually once we hit the after 2 hour mark, uh, we're done. And what was Janie crying and hiding from the police on that first day when they said they would have to come back with a warrant? What didn't she want them to see? Yeah, there's definitely over emotions there that day for sure. I mean, yeah. Yeah. It was definitely overdone, over the top. Yeah. In my opinion, Janie Earle enabled Daniel. Well, definitely, yeah, 100%. Should kick him out and make him stand on his own 2 feet, in my opinion. Yeah. Sometimes harder, a lot harder than it is said, right, to do that. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, time to grow up for sure. Uh, yes, Lori. AI Henry Daphne's case files. Novah told us about you. Yes, yeah. Belinda, may I ask if you heard Jack wandered off? Oh, yeah, yeah. She was telling us no, she never heard about that. And that's when she was still in contact with Malehya because that was at Patty's, right? It wasn't until they moved to Daniels that Malehya lost contact with people. Thanks, Belinda. In my opinion, not true. Yeah, we were saying the same thing that I'd need hardcore evidence to believe that one. The same as saying that CPS discussed with him about Malehya acts weird. I mean, come on, right? Like I said they're gonna, you know, sit down and have a cup of tea over a cup of tea, have that discussion with Daniel. Like, give me a break. Um, no, not at all. Oh, are you? Okay. Hmm. Good luck, Daphne. Canada's a little different. Uh, Daphne, sounds like a lie that Daniel never thought would be shared publicly. Wasn't it only in a private text between him and his GF? Yeah. Daphne, when you remove a battery from your wet phone, put it all in a bag or something with rice. Yep. And leave it sit overnight and that will dry it out. Yep. That will work. Yeah. Good idea, Daphne. Yep. The pond, I agree. Like, why wasn't it brought up before now? And Janie said kids never went missing on her property before. Yeah. Yeah. Someone else can't see the name also filed for a FOIA. Oh, back on September 13th. Interesting. They wanted to know the searchers, etc. I thought it was odd. Interesting. Interesting. In my opinion, Daniel farts a lot. He blows a lot of hot air. He is a real joke. Yes, he is. Yeah. I was trying to figure out what does LMBO stand for, and I just realized laugh my bum off. OC is scary and dangerous. Hope the kids are safely hidden. Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it, Belinda? Hmm. I heard Jackie went missing from grandma when he lived there. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Betty. But it's Daniel that said that. So just, just as an FYI, folks, it's Daniel who's putting that out there. I actually showed the text that he said it in earlier. For anybody that didn't see that, if you want to go back later. But it's him. It's Daniel that sang it. And we know things that usually Daniel says is typically ends up not to be so. Yeah, so just an FYI. Yes. Yeah. Yep. I agree, Barbara. 100%. So I am going to skip way down to the bottom, guys, because I'm so far behind. It is not funny at all. GT needs to realize that Nova Scotia RCMP already being put under a microscope, yep, for mishandling other two high-profile cases they have had this decade, yep. There's only been a few major cases. Yeah, yeah, it's not been good the last while, that's for sure. I think we should keep in mind that these RCMP documents were just a bit of information presented to a judge for warrants. 100% Ginger, yes. Small step in the investigation early on, only up till mid-July. Exactly, exactly. And they put in there what they want, right? They summarize and put in there what they want. Totally, 100%. I overlooked it at first, Nova, about the 8 a.m. thing. Um, yeah, I'm gonna touch on that tomorrow because uh, we already, well, I mean, like some of us already knew that about the 8 a.m. thing. Um, and that it was always that they were last seen between 8 and 9:40, right? Um, and uh anyways, I'll get into it tomorrow because that's a whole other topic. And but I'm going to touch on it tomorrow. And go over it a bit again. Yeah. Uh yes, yeah, I just read that one. Yeah. Hi Joyce. Thanks for being here. She said it was Friday, but Belinda said Saturday. Janie was crying. Yes, she did get the days mixed up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she did get the days mixed up. Which can happen. Hello, Nurse Clancy. Thanks for being here. Whoops. In my opinion, CPS would not speak with D. No, regarding J and L or M. CPS may tell D that they agree with D's ex that D cannot see his kids right now due to investigation. Yeah. No, they definitely wouldn't be having those discussions with him at all. Yeah. Nova, in my opinion, if Daniel and Malehya had a fight, maybe Daniel slept in the RV for the night. I still think they did something to the children, in my opinion. Yeah. Never know. I've never ever heard it mentioned that he slept in the RV. I heard at first that Justin did. Uh, and then that changed. Yeah. Yes, Lori, sometimes your adult children are forced to move back home for a time. It happens. Yep. Yep. My son, his wife, and the baby lived here for a few months until they found their own place again. So it's a part of it. It's a part of it. And then we have my husband's mother here a couple of times. Like it's just, right? Your family, and that's what you do for each other. It's how it is. It's just how it is. And when you open that door and allow, you know, allow you're opening the door to helping people, then you've offered that, right? So yeah, there's no sense in acting angry about it or moping about it or whining about it. Like you opened your door and offered that help. And if you guys hear that helicopter, that's Life Flight going by. I don't know. I Excuse me, I do have a good Shure microphone, which is supposed to cut out sound really good. So we'll see um, how well it cuts out sound because that helicopter's loud. Yeah. We're at 2:19, guys. 2 hours and 19 minutes. Um, so I'll read a couple more comments and then we'll say, excuse me, and then we'll say, good day. I wish my kids would come back home, but I know they are grown now. Yeah, well, my son, I never thought he would ever be coming back home for whether any type of period, um, because he was gung ho to be out on his own and be mature and grown up and doing his thing. He traveled across Canada and then he settled in Quebec for years, and then I never thought he'd be one that would say, like, "Can I come back and live with you for a bit until we get things settled out here?" And, uh, so, yeah, I was shocked. Yeah. Uh, so, of course, they had the baby and then, and there's her, and they wanted to get out of the city, the Quebec with the baby. They didn't wanna be there anymore with a baby, so, uh, they wanted to come back to Nova Scotia, and they eventually wanna live the country life. So, of course, we had to open our doors to them, right, and allow them to come back and do what they needed to do. So they were here for a few months, and I loved it. Now they just live down the street, so and my other son, he's a nurse, and same thing, like, he went off to university, but he stayed here while he went to university, and he was able to travel back and forth, and, then he did the traveling nurse all over Canada, and now he's in Dartmouth, and he works at the IWK with the children in the, critical care unit, so, yeah, um and if he ever had to come back here, of course, I would let him, right? If he had to. So that's what you do for your kids, right? That's what you do. So, oh, does it? Better educational system? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Yeah. Yeah, but he's going to be going to private school anyways, the grandbaby, so yeah, which is great. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear a thing? Oh, that's good. That's good. So my microphone probably, it's supposed to cut the sound out. So, uh, yeah, the mic sounds great. Yeah. Well, the Shure microphone, you can't go wrong, right? Yeah. I had no problem with snowballs, but was it with the kids or only when her other children were there? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Because she did mention when the other kids were there too, right? Yeah, that she would have all the kids out there throwing snowballs, yeah. Yeah. Alright, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I will show some of the, cases that still need to be solved, whether it be missing or unsolved unalivings. The other big case besides this one that we really, really, really need to pay attention to, and I really ask you guys that when I do the deep dive on it, I really want you guys to join me and I want it to be shared. Um, this case has not been touched on, and it's a disgrace that it has not been touched on or talked about or made a big deal about. And it's a 13-year-old child, Kevin Martin, from Pictou County, from Stellarton. Love you, Belinda. You take care. and you're welcome. Um, and so when I do the deep dive on that, I really, really, really need your guys' help with that case. And if anybody who knows that case and has anything they want to talk about or share or come on panel with me and discuss, you don't have to show your face or even give your name. Please reach out to me at my email. Um, so I am going to oh, your brother's name is Kevin Martin. Different Kevin Martin. Maybe, well, unless he's passed away and he needs his case solved, it could be the same one. I know he has 2 sisters. Yeah, so I'm gonna share those at the end of the show, and, lots of love to you all, lots of positive vibes. Take care, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow, okay? Because I still have some stuff that, we need to go over, okay?